All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are live streaming today, and we have a fun event to talk about. It is the Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon. It's finally happening. Oh my goodness. I've taken 20 weeks of my life to train for the half marathon coming up on Sunday, May 5th. So I'm almost to the end. I'm so excited. And along the way, has been race director Carrie, who has literally been helping all of the Run Camp participants just get ready for this momentous occasion. So Carrie, thank you for joining us this afternoon. How are you feeling about everything?
You know, we are in the home stretch. At this point, the train has sort of left the station for us. Everything's in order. You can see aid station supplies behind me. We're just super excited to get the ball rolling, and we'll see everybody on Saturday. But tents are going up downtown. It's exciting.
Everyone's been talking about it. You know, I've had a lot of people just in the community come up to me and say, the race is coming up. It's happening. How do you feel? So they've been following my blog pretty closely. People are, talking about it in our community, which is great news because the marathon is still relatively new. It came back the full marathon last year. Is that right?
That's correct. Yep. So post-COVID, we had a new leadership team. We came back as a Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon, and it used to be, the carrying on the legacy of the Borges Run for the health of it. And we only had 3.5 months to put on the first event in 2022. So that's why we couldn't offer the full, but we knew we were bringing it back. So last year was the first time, and this year we're just so excited to offer it again and continue to make it stronger.
So last year, from what I remember, there was a gummy bear station. There was a bacon station. And then at the end of the race, there was all you can eat pizza and beer. I think I had like 6 slices. I wouldn't even leave the box. I'm like, just give me the box. I was so hungry. So is there anything new this year for the race participants?
Yeah, so we're excited to bring chocolate milk back to the table for our long distance participants. So that's something new you'll see. Founders Brewery is our beer of the year this year. So that's exciting to partner with Imperial and Founders. What else is new? We still have a donut station out there, which was new last year, but I don't think a lot of people know about it. The half marathoners, full marathoners, and 10Kers will hit that. The School of Rock is going to be out there on the full marathon course. And then one of our big events that is new is the marathon relay. And so while that's not necessarily a spirit station, it does allow runners to preview the marathon course without having to run the whole marathon, but they're on the course with the marathoners. So we're really excited to have 24 teams join us of 3 to 5 runners. Yeah, it's amazing.
So are these teams made up of local businesses or just families or groups that don't want to run the whole race, but they can run it together in legs?
It's yes, and I've seen a lot of business names in those names, but some silly names as well of those teams. And I think a lot of it is friends, family, or we have some sponsor teams in there as well. So it's a little bit of everybody. Being a pilot year for the marathon relay, we didn't market too heavily because we wanted to make sure we are executing properly. So it'll be a good learning experience as well as just, relays are awesome. People love them. So I think they're going to have a ton of fun.
So speaking of marketing, Carrie, a lot has gone into this. Just Run Camp alone and getting people signed up, getting people excited. What has been the participation this year?
We're way up. It's pretty awesome. Most of the run industry and run events are back at the standard post-COVID numbers, which is great. And we had a sort of an uphill battle because of COVID, but also because we rebranded, we came downtown, we changed locations. People can be a little weary of a leadership team when you have some heavy hitters like Blaine and Cheryl for a long time at the helm. And that team was phenomenal. So I think our numbers are coming back and beginning to hit those again. So we are over 3,500.
Wow. Well, congratulations. I know you've put a lot of hard work into this. And I have to tell you, last year was my first year participating in Run Camp. And once you do it, you got to come back. I mean, because you meet all these great people, you form really good relationships. I mean, when you run 10 miles with the same people over and over again, every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock in the rain and the snow and the ice and the wind, you really form tight bonds. And, you hold each other accountable through your aches and your pains, and you just share stories about your life as you're running the route. And it's just a really good experience. So if there was someone listening and wanting to know, hey, if I want to sign up for Run Camp, I think I want to, put the marathon, the full marathon or the half marathon on my bucket list for next year, what would you tell them?
Head to Run Kalamazoo or Google Run Kalamazoo. I think it's runkazoo.org. And you'll be able to see everything going on. By Saturday, we'll have registration open for next year, which is really exciting. And the 20-week program, Jessica, that you were in starts in December and heads to the Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon events. But you're not locked into that. You can do any event you want to. Of course, I have a bias. Be in the Kalamazoo Marathon, be here in Kalamazoo. It's awesome. But we want you moving and grooving the whole winter long and have a celebration wherever you want it. So the 13-week program starts, I think, end of January, February-ish. And yeah, I mean, you captured the heart of it, Jessica, and it's so great that you were able to capture it in your blog as well, that there's just welcome, warmth. You've got your team, you're going every Saturday on those long, long runs. Some days you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this, but they're going to miss me. They're going to give me a hard time.
Right.
It's amazing. The distances you're running, even if you're doing a 5K, those distances, they're not easy. And so to have accountability partners is really an important thing. Sorry about the noise. Not sure if you can hear it in the background, but
I do. I hear the sirens. Because hopefully that's not a foreshadowing of this Sunday, right?
But we've got public safety and public works are amazing. So we've got an amazing safety plan as well.
That is true. There will be traffic control out there. It'll be a safe route for everyone. I want to quickly touch upon too, like when you are forced in a sense to get out of your home and get out of your bed in the middle of the winter on a Saturday morning, and just to go exercise with a bunch of people, it just does wonders for your mood. You wouldn't think so, but it gets the endorphins going. Overall, it just creates just like a healthier lifestyle for a lot of people. And that's another major goal of this race. Can you kind of touch on that? Because I know during Run Camp, we have all these great speakers come in before we run every Saturday morning. They give us health and wellness tips. And that's some of the extras that come with the training.
That's right. And I'm so glad you touch on that because research actually shows that running, walking, movement outside is as effective as antidepressants for anxiety and depression symptoms. There's a lot of really great scientific evidence out there to check it out. So there is the mental health component. And not only that, when you belong to a group and you cultivate that sense of belonging and community through Run Camp, that also is another piece of the pie that will galvanize and build resilience within your mental health. So that's a big piece of it. And Run Camp offers not only sort of the mental wellness of it, you'll get some information about that, but some nutrition information, some PTs, physical therapists, and sports medicine doctors, and a bunch of professionals like that are going to be there week in, week out for you to consult with. And we're so lucky at the Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon also to have amazing physical therapist partners and sports med doctors out there at the finish line for you when you cross it, for any acute medical needs, but also for those aches and pains that you just naturally feel when you've been moving your body in this way.
Right.
To anyone who's walked the 5K, ran the 5K, all the way up to ran the full marathon, all of that resource is there for you at the end of the day on Sunday.
It was so helpful because I actually injured myself about halfway through training. I pulled my left calf pretty bad. I mean, I was scheduled to run 9 miles that morning. And as soon as I hit mile 3, it was just excruciating pain all the way up to my glute. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I cannot run another step. And I turned around, I walked the 3 miles back, and the sports med doctor was there. He was in the parking lot as soon as I walked in. I'm like, you are the man I want to talk to. Help me. What do I do? He gave me all kinds of advice. And within 2 weeks, I was right back at it again. So that was really beneficial to have that free resource available through Run Camp. So I appreciate him very much.
Yeah.
So just to summarize, Carrie, Run Camp, training for the marathon, being a part of the community, it's good for your emotional health. It's good for your mental health, your physical health, and it's great for our local community too. So my last question is, how is this going to impact our economy with hundreds of folks coming into Kalamazoo as participants and as spectators?
That's right. We estimate that about 15 to 20% of individuals coming to the Zeigler Kalamazoo Marathon are from outside of a 60-mile radius. So they're learning about Kalamazoo. The exposure itself is pretty amazing, but they're coming to the city center where there are amazing restaurants, where there's amazing retailers that they can check out. So there is quite an awesome economic lift, and the health of the community is as important as the health of the individual in the community. And so I think we'll just have a bunch of people downtown getting to know our city and running through it, and we have so much pride in being able to offer that.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Carrie, thank you for everything that you have done to organize over the past 20 weeks and for being available to folks and to getting the word out. I'm really excited for Sunday. Here's to hopefully me getting more rest, which is hard as a mom, as you know, into eating more carbs. Yay!
Yay, carbs! Yes, and congratulations to you for making it to this milestone through your 20-week training. This weekend's going to be amazing. The weather looks amazing. Yes. You're prepared. And for those of you out there who have been training as well, trust your training and have a ball, everybody. I'm so excited for everyone out there.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you again, Carrie, and I'll see you on Sunday.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.